Hi friends, my name is Whitney. I'm an internal medicine resident in San Jose, California, and today I'll be sharing 10 tips on how to avoid burnout in residency. This video was getting kind of long, so I decided to break it up into a two-part series. Today we'll be talking about tips 1 through 5, and then next week we'll go through tips 6 through 10. And I figured since we're talking about burnout, I'd switch things up a bit and film from my living room where there is more sunlight, a lot more plants. We'll see if I can control myself with oversharing about my plants. But first, my dad's feedback on my last video was that my lips look chapped, so hopefully that does the trick. Let's begin. Tip number 1, let's start with therapy. So I first started with therapy in medical school, and thankfully our medical school had 2 on-site therapists who were really familiar with the experience of being a medical student, the medical school curriculum, and how rigorous it could all be. Once I graduated medical school and started residency, therapy kind of dropped off for me until COVID hit and the pandemic really took a toll on my mental health. And that's when I went online to find a therapist. And for those of you who have not heard of The Average Socialite, it is a website that compiles a list of freebies and perks for frontline workers. Here you can find things including discounts for scrubs, shoes, coffee, even workout apps. And so they have a section on mental health and meditation. You can get free subscriptions to meditation apps like Calm, Headspace, Breathe. You can also sign up for free teletherapy from organizations such as Project Parachute or Therapy International. If you're located in the Bay, this site actually directed me to the Frontline Workers Counseling Project, and this is where I found my current therapist. The website's really cool. There's a filter function where you can find therapists with weekend and evening availabilities, and you can even filter them by gender identity, race, ethnicity, language. You can even find topic specialization. Number 2, take care of your body. So I'm sure you guys are all sick and tired of hearing, make sure you exercise and sleep and do some yoga. But in reality, I've noticed that when I don't get enough sleep or if I don't have enough physical activity, I definitely am a lot crankier. I don't make as good decisions. And physical activity doesn't have to look like the traditional exercise like going on a run, because I hate going on runs. But before COVID, I would take fitness classes such as Krav Maga, aerial silks. But now that fitness classes are closed down, I've actually turned to YouTube for lots of workout routines. My favorite fitness instructors include Carolyn Gervin, Sydney Cummings, Linda Sun. So if you're into high intensity interval training, those gals are people you should definitely check out. I'll also do yoga when I want something more low-key, slow-paced, to really stretch out. I haven't found a yoga instructor that I like and consistently follow, but if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Other things you can do, go on hikes with friends. If you wear a mask, if you stay 6 feet apart, that way you can get your physical activity and socialize. Don't forget to eat lots of healthy foods, take your fiber supplements, take your vitamins, drink lots of water. I know for me, it really helped getting this water bottle with a little sippy straw to get me to drink lots of water. I go through 2 of these a day now. I know this makes me sound like a grandma, which I am, but I really recommend taking fiber supplements. So this one it's tasteless, you can dissolve in water, orange juice, coffee, whatever you drink, and you just need 2 scoops. Or if you're immature like me, fiber gummies. You take 2 a day, they taste great, and they help keep you regular, which makes me feel so much better. When I'm constipated, I'm cranky. And finally, get as much sleep as you can. I know when I haven't slept, I feel like I hate everyone and everything, but after I have gotten a good amount of sleep, I hear the birds chirping, I smell the flowers, I feel like a whole new person. Number 3, don't forget your hobbies. I know residency is super time consuming and you feel like you don't have time to do anything other than go to work, come home, eat, sleep, but with whatever time you do have, try and pick up those hobbies that you loved before medical school. Even like a 5-10 minute sketch, or prepping a 30-minute meal, or buying a new plant, or watering your plants can make you feel so much more human. You've given so much of your life to residency, but you're more than a doctor. Do the things that make you feel like you. Number 4, talk to people outside of medicine. I know for me, most of my friends ended up in medicine, and it can be really hard to just deal with medicine at work, and then on your off day when you're trying to socialize, all you talk about is medicine as well. It can be really demoralizing when everyone's just feeling burnt out and talking about how stressful work is. And so it's nice to talk to people outside of medicine who can provide a different perspective and remind you of the world outside of the hospital. Shout out to Amy, my new YouTuber friend. Go check out her channel, she's hilarious. Number 5, settle for good enough. I know this sounds really weird, but we in medicine tend to push ourselves really hard. We tend to be overachievers, we tend to be perfectionists, and we want to excel at everything from work to research to health and fitness to our relationships. And I remember talking to an attending during a really stressful rotation who said, perfection is the enemy of good. That just really stuck with me, especially in times like this during the pandemic when we're so stretched thin already. It's okay to let go of perfection and settle for good. This is what's going to keep you sane, and there's nothing wrong with good. Good is good. And going along that line, stop comparing yourself to others. I'm going to do a whole video on imposter syndrome because I know I definitely suffer from it. But take things day by day, try to be the best self that you can be, and that's good enough. Be kind to yourself. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you found some of these tips helpful. Next week, we'll go through 5 more tips on how to avoid burnout in residency. I'll be sharing 10 tips on how to avoid ordeal. But in reality, I've never been a huge journaler, but